Hello there, everybody. So, Sneeko changing his ways now. He obliterates the Red Pill Godfather. I didn't even know there was a Red Pill Godfather.
So, a couple videos ago, we talked about the 8 quickest ways to become a high-value man. Now,
hold on. Let me check out the list.
So, a couple videos ago, we talked about the 8 quickest...
Do not get married? Okay. Avoid family creation? I don't know why you would do that. Vasectomy in your 20s? Fuck no. Lift consistently? Okay, that's good for health reasons. Eliminate all sedations? Sure. Learn game and networking? Okay. Play to your strengths, build wealth, resist easing up on your focus.
Ways to become a high-value man. Now, the man himself who made that tweet in there, he gave us 2 very pivotal information. So one was a vasectomy, and 2 was avoiding child
Is he married?
creation. Now, we did a lot of speculation on what exactly he meant by that. So we actually have the man himself, the Godfather.
Did he come on? Oh no.
To sneak on and Destiny to give him a little bit pushback.
The way he was talking about it made it seem like he came onto their platform.
You want to be a high-value man. If you want to get to that apex level as fast as you can, that's it. How is that not the best way to go about it? Okay, so the point of that whole tweet, which was basically a throwaway tweet that everyone started like snowballing into something else. I've got Ben Shapiro coming at me. I got Matt Walsh coming at me. I got Lauren Chen coming at me. I got all these people off of Daily Wire because it was just easy, low-hanging fruit for these guys because they think that that's what the fucking manosphere is all about, and it's not. Okay, that was not fucking advice. Everything that is on Twitter.
Yes, it was.
Bro, what?
Bro, you don't get to just pretend like you shout out the tweet, but then you didn't want nothing to do with it. Literally, like you said, these are the 8 things to become a high value man.
Yeah.
That was quite literally advice. Why would you shit out advice that important? Why not take time to consider all the potential ramifications? Imagine a whole bunch of niggas are like, oh shit, the Godfather said, let me just go get some vasectomies. Start snipping away at their penis.
It was a throwaway tweet, bro. You don't get it, bro.
That's insane. You can't just walk that back. Why don't you just say I was wrong, bro?
So again, just a quick reminder of what is not advice. Do not get married. Avoid family creation. Vasectomy in your 20s. Live consistently. Eliminate all sedation. Learn game and networking. Play to your strengths and build wealth. Resist easing up on your focus. Does that not all sound like advice?
You gave bad advice. Just say like, after reconsidering it, I was wrong. But instead, you're choosing to pretend as if though like, oh, I didn't even mean nothing truly by it. When I told niggas to not get married, I was like, it was a throwaway tweet. I was just throwing that advice away. Really, at the end of the day, I was just throwing it on Twitter. A bunch of people are just using the internet as an opportunity to grift and make money from different factions by making people more extreme. So like they'll just sell you on an ideology and they don't choose to explore beyond that because that's not what's gonna sell. And so it's like there's no nuance. It's just like let's subscribe to these beliefs blindly. And niggas like this guy's gonna take advantage of it. Like sure, he probably says things that are useful for men. But I'm saying when you can't even admit when you gave bad advice, like how is that a nigga you're supposed to take seriously? You don't. But it's a whole bunch of people trying to monetize the fact that they could potentially build an audience by grifting. And the part that gets me upset is there's actual expert. Like it's one thing to be an expert and have an opinion. Jordan Peterson is an expert. He was a professional for decades. He has an opinion. Whether or not you agree with his opinion, disagree is irrelevant. But he's not. He has a wealth. He has a career of. Point is like there's just niggas that don't have titles. They be in their 20s, run around like Pearl and I don't know who the fuck this nigga is. Just run around giving advice because they know they can monetize it.
That was not fucking advice. Everything that is on Twitter is not advice.
Okay? That random comment that scrolled by.
I was going to say a joke, but it's like, let's just say it's a hypothetical, okay?
Hypothetical.
Now, listen, for just 5 seconds, okay? This is no joke here because everything that's come out of both of you guys' mouth has been nothing but distraction in this direction because it's easy clicks for you. So here's the whole thing.
This nigga got tight. But again, if you go back to the tweet, majority of that tweet would not be deemed as a hypothetical.
That's true. And only ones that I feel like are good advice will be live consistently or at least take health into consideration and work out, right, for your health. That number 4 is good. Learn game and networking. I guess number 6 is good. Play to your strengths, build wealth. 7 is good. And number 8 is also good, I guess. Like 1, 2, 3, and I guess 5. 5, depending on what you're doing. Like if you're focused, then you're not gonna have to eliminate all because you're gonna be focusing on what you need to focus on when you need to focus on yourself. Yeah, but like 1, 2, 3 especially is crazy. And 5, I guess, are crazy. 4, 6, 7, and 8 are okay. Okay, I don't see nothing bad with those ones.
Majority of that tweet are things in which these men preach routinely. They make full videos about it, the explanation behind most of the things that were on that list. It becomes a hypothetical because you made a hyperbolic statement that you now do not want to get behind anymore because you sound crazy for making that sentiment. But y'all have made endless videos, recommendations. I don't know if you don't call it advice anymore, but y'all have made several videos explaining the importance of majority of things that were in that tweet. But now all of a sudden it's a hypothetical. That makes no sense.
That would make all your advice hypotheticals, champ.
Yeah.
When I'm talking about get a vasectomy, or don't be concerned with
when he's mad, his glasses get uneven on his nose. You see?
Let him finish.
Okay.
I'm really mad about this, bro.
Shall we keep going? Are we just gonna have jokes thrown in here?
Really heated about this.
Is that what I get to? Is that what I get to do it? Okay. So here's the deal.
Go ahead.
When I'm talking about this, when I'm throwing this out there, why wouldn't you do that? Would you not have been more successful, Sneeko, had you not had to go through certain things? If you had a kid right now,
is it advice or not?
You would be playing the game with a handicap. You would be playing the game with your fucking hands tied behind your back.
Okay, so
there are guys right now who I have a lot of respect for, and I'm sure you have a lot of respect for as well, who all have kids, but you know what they try to do? They try to keep it under wraps.
Okay,
try
so
to make sure nobody knows about the kids. Okay.
What is advice?
So here's okay. First off, this is not advice. Everything that is on my show or is on Twitter is not automatically advice. Now, here you have this set automatically that if it comes out of your mouth, it's automatically advice. It can't just be data. It can't just be statistics. It can't be, nothing can be just delivered.
For it to be a statistic, right? Damn, I can't talk. Doesn't it need to like have numbers, right? Like 30% of blank or 50% of blank or like a random number, a group of blank, right? Like none of that was a statistic, bro. So that makes no sense. I know he's talking about it could be other stuff, but no, cop out. Bro, they are getting on this nigga. This guy is so full of shit on the YouTube.
Delivered sort of like
they going
here's some data for you to look at. Okay, nothing can be.
It's not data. Data would have numbers and support.
So I was right.
There would be a wealth of evidence to back up.
You just gave a list of things.
Are you trying to convince us that's not? Do you think we're like fucking dumb?
I don't know,
nigga.
bro.
We're not dumb, nigga. We all look at that. We didn't just learn the English language, pussy. Like we know that's fucking. That's oh my god. I'm sitting here trying to listen to this nigga tell me, yo, this is not an energy drink. It's just a drink with a bunch of chemicals in it. It's not, bro. This is not petroleum jelly, bro. It's not petroleum. And I'm sitting here looking at petroleum jelly, bro. Come on, bro. This might work if you're under the age of 10. I promise it might.
This is, again, like you said, them just trying to sell this image and this ideology to a bunch of people. And then when they get caught on how ridiculous it sounds, now they're trying to backpedal and say that the list of things that I was explaining on mic that should be done, all of a sudden that's no longer advice. It's a hypothetical. Bro, like, what are we saying right now?
You are a serial advice giver. You give advice. That's what you do. Your purpose is to try and teach people your ideology.
Or how to be a high value man.
So if a lot of what you do is advice, you get on these podcasts and you give plenty of advice, then why when you do it on Twitter, it's a hypothetical? Why when it's finally a take that people don't agree with, it's a hypothetical? Shut the fuck up,
because if everybody agreed with what you're saying, you would have been like, yeah, I gave great advice.
Over the fucking top that everybody wants to take it out of context, which is exactly what you guys have been doing.
So what is it? Can you tell me what that tweet was if it wasn't advice?
It's not advice. What it is it's okay. It's saying that this is the most extreme way to do things. Okay, here's the quickest path to. If I told you this, look, if I said the quickest way for you to make $1 million.
Like literally like putting it on the screen is even worse. It's even worse. It's even like when you put it on the screen, it's even worse when he says it, bro.
Yeah, that sounds like advice.
Is to go steal it from the bank or go to steal it. Does that mean I'm telling you to go steal it?
1/6 debating marriage and fatherhood a lot with thoughtful conservatives. One of my key points is that married parents plan to become parents together, which I think most people would agree makes all the difference for stability rates of unintended births. Yeah. Richard V. Reeves. Dad, writer, Wonk. The fuck is Wonk? Senior fellow, Brookins, Book of Boys and Men. Did he write a book? I'm guessing he did.
If I tell you to go fucking
That's
jump
bad
off a
advice.
cliff, are you going to go jump off a cliff?
Right,
I'm
but
also,
you-
by the
Right.
way, here's the other thing is I'm also responding to Dr. Richard Reeves in this as well.
Okay, there's a lot of context about it, sure. But all the rest of the lists, you're equating vasectomy to lifting, game, play to
Yeah.
your strength, resisting.
Like, bro, some of them were good advice, and then the other 4 or 5 or 3 were like the stupidest advice you could possibly give. Well, probably not the stupidest, but probably not the smartest advice people should listen to. The people shouldn't give vasectomies.
Up on easing your focus. The rest of it sounds like general advice.
Okay, well let's say so let me ask you. So is it the vasectomy part that's throwing you off?
Really genuine good advice, right? The rest of it.
Is it the vasectomy part?
Yeah,
Do you agree with pretty much everything else except for the vasectomy part?
the first 3 is weird because then I don't even know what the red pill idea of a high value man is. Is it just being rich? Like, what's the point of having all this money and not having a family? Why be that rich? The guy who's always grinding. Whoa, Brandon Carter doesn't have to do his laundry. Sick. What else are you going to do with your life?
Right.
Brandon Carter.
Maybe this is actually meant so that you'll get it. You'll have a freaking epiphany.
That's what I was saying. Like, the first 3 advice and maybe the 5th one are dumb. Because you could have all this and then what, bro? Always going to be working and then what? I mean, it's cool to have the money and then you can enjoy yourself, but then what? Because if you have all the money and build wealth, you can only build wealth so much until you have so much and you just die and don't use it. So if you build wealth, but then you eliminate all sedations, then what? Then what do you do with that money? I don't know. I don't know, bro. It's weird.
About how all the shit that you have to sacrifice to get to that in the first place. What are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to live the kind of life, let's say like a Brandon Carter is, where you're going to outsource your entire life? Or are you going to actually have kids? Is that something that's a priority for you? Because I will tell you right now that if you follow this kind, if you were to actually follow this list right here, that is the fastest way for you to get to a point where you are more high value.
Which is
So
what
advice.
which is what you try and teach people to do.
That's advice.
What the fuck are we talking
If you
about?
follow these list of things to do, you will. That's advice. So Jesus, you're literally saying the things that you're like giving the definition of advice without accepting the fact that you are advising that this is advice, right? All right. So Howard Sneeko is getting to this point where he's trying to figure out if you're advising men or if you're saying to follow these steps of becoming a high value man in the quickest way possible. It sounds as if like we may be disagreeing on what it means to be a high value man. So Sneeko then prompts the question, what exactly does it mean to be a high value man?
Which is a fantastic question.
We've been talking a lot for 5 minutes. What is your definition of a high value man?
It doesn't matter. That's not what I was talking about in this.
What?
I know what you're talking about. That's
Oh
what
my God, now it doesn't matter. It's literally all you guys talk about is nonstop. Is advice. How does it not matter anymore? It mattered so much for 3 years. It lost relevance just like that over the course of this convo, and Thanos snap.
the first part of the tweet is how to become a high value man.
The fastest way to become a high value man is to recognize the fact that you've got sacrifices to make. Okay.
It's like what grandpa telling like stories from Vietnam. Like, just say, what is a high value man? It's the first part of the tweet. What does that mean?
You tell me what a high value man is. Because here's the thing: is it doesn't matter what I'm going to say is a high value man. You guys are fucking
because it's your tweet.
It doesn't matter what I say is a high value man, because everybody takes this. The point of the tweet is that everybody is going to take this and then insert their own definition of what a high value man is.
What if a high value man is having 12 kids when you're 16? Then your tweet doesn't work, does it? What if your definition of a high value man is being getting into a trade and having 5 kids by the time you're 22? Then it also high value man is being an esports professional.
You're absolutely making my point for me right here. Okay, this is what I'm saying.
My point is that high value man. You gave a list of 8 things. Do these 8 things to become a high value man. Do 1 through 8 to become A, and you're not defining what A is.
Fastest way to becoming a high value man.
I swear to God, I actually think he's brain dead.
Yes, he's dumb, bro.
And you and it's on. You know what's funny? It's like everything you say sounds good when you say it to people that agree with you, but once you say it to niggas that don't agree with you, like the shit begins to crumble. Like it doesn't hold up to scrutiny, bro. He's asking good questions.
And I mean even good, like basic fundamental questions. And what's even scarier is that we've gotten this deep into this whole red pill manosphere space, and one of the fundamental foundational members of the manosphere cannot answer a very basic question to him him, what does it mean to be a high value man? What is that? What does that mean?
It doesn't matter. That's not what I was talking about in this.
Yes, it was.
You can't then sit here and say that, oh, it doesn't really matter, when it's literally been the entire point of you giving advice to young men, you trying to mold young men. The whole concept of guiding men in a certain direction is to become a high value man. But when we ask you what does it mean, you now all of a sudden it doesn't matter. This is literally like one-on-one of just trying to sell someone a image or idea, like this big dream, and then you ask them, well, what is it at the what's at the end of this rainbow? What's at the end of the path? What is it that we're trying to accomplish? And they're gonna keep just pushing it forward and not really be very vague in semantics, because they want you to continue to go down this path so they can just keep leading you along to nothingness, bro.
Before one by one, what is a high value man?
We can't have an argument if I don't even know what your definition is.
The very fact that you're even asking this in the first place is the actual point of the fucking tweet. Okay, so if you're going to be a high value man with the fucking hands tied behind your back, then what is that? What does that mean to you? That's the point.
That's not the point of a tweet. Or you would have worded it different. You could have been like, is this what it means to be a high value man? And then listed 1 through 8. And then it wouldn't sound like advice.
Whole discussion is the point of the fucking tweet. You guys,
the point of the tweet was, you've got some conception of a high value man. Here are 8 points that you think you need to do to get to it. And now you're getting blown the fuck up on the vasectomy thing, which you probably realize is fucking retarded. But you're too old and stubborn to walk back from it. That's the point of this conversation.
I'm not too stubborn to walk back from it, because the point of it was to get douche nozzles like yourself to have this conversation in the first place.
Well pressed. Good combo.
You're
douche
weird,
nozzles.
Buckaroo. You're weird.
It's crazy.
Douche nozzles. God damn, bro.
Hey, but
this right here is a guy. This is the godfather, the grandfather, whatever he is, of the red pill, bro.
You a douche nozzle, nigga.
You're a douche
Nah,
nozzle.
I fucking hate douche nozzles. Like
Douche
you, bro.
nozzle.
Bro.
One thing about me, bro, I got it.
Can't fuck with these douche nozzles. Lame ass nigga, bro. What are you talking about?
I'm calling a nigga a douche nozzle on stream today.
Oh, douche nozzle.
Hey man, that nigga a douche nozzle, man.
Y'all understand like how like just crazy this is
You
right now?
have to define. That's, you know what I realized, even in my own relationships, like that actually is, that's a good point though. What they're saying is such a good point, because you don't even realize when it's happening. Sometimes you got different definitions of the same term, so the argument you're having, you will never see each other's POV because you won't argue about the same thing. So they're trying to just clarify definitions, and he's making it so complicated. All they're asking him is a simple question he's probably answered thousands of times before, but he's afraid to answer it, and this is the truth, because he knows it will not hold up to scrutiny. So he can't actually answer and say what's at the core of his fucking beliefs, because he knows it will crumble. That's fucking sad. You built your life around this ideology. You better get it together and fucking spit it out, nigga, on this podcast.
This game.
Eve, yeah, I've heard about this.
Bro, douche nozzles?
Yes. You
Yes.
idiots. Why you guys come in here from Twitch stream? Like, how you guys are legitimate in all of this? I don't know, because everything I hear come out of you guys' mouth is just confident.
Isn't it Fresh and Fit also on that red pill shit? So the fact that they're laughing is crazy. At the dude who's supposed to be the godfather of the red pill.
Ignorance.
I'm
That's
asking
all I can from this.
no, Myron. Okay, I'm not asking you like in terms of the debate. You call yourself the godfather of the red pill.
I
You
call myself the godfather of the manosphere, okay? Other
Manosphere?
people have called me that.
Okay, great. That's
Got it?
very.
Do you understand?
I couldn't imagine walking up to the douche nozzle with the duck. I couldn't even, bro, you're 40 and have been married for 20 years. Damn. I couldn't imagine like walking up to somebody and calling him Godfather. Red Pill Godfather, please help me. Please give me some advice on this. Like, I don't know.
Okay, so
His shit sounds like a gamer tag, bro. That you would see on COD.
Which one is it?
whatever it is, the old guy of the manosphere. What is your definition of high value man? This is the #1 talked about topic on all of these shows. So I want to get a clear definition from you. What is it?
Damn.
Again, it depends on the person.
But to you.
Yikes.
But to you.
Ooh, he's getting bad.
It's getting bad, dog.
And I'm telling you why he can't answer. Because when it will not hold up to scrutiny. His core belief will not hold up to basic criticism.
See, here's the thing: is you guys want me to say, okay, a high value man makes $100,000 a year. He's fucked 50 chicks.
No, we want you to give your definition. Oh my God, the problem is he's pretending like there's infinite definitions. It just depends on what you value. But if that was true, look back at the tweet. That's not what the tweet communicated. Your tweet communicated there was an ideal high value man, and this is how you aspire to it. And one of them was cutting your dick. So, how is it like, bro? This is
a very. But again, I refuse to believe that he's this dumb. He's not. He's
dodging purposely.
He's dodging purposely, which is why this is even more problematic. This is a part of the grift. This is something very fundamental to what they believe.
Also, if what you're instead of finding out that your core beliefs don't hold up to scrutiny, the purpose of the red pill absolves. It ceases to exist if this is truly how you feel. If you truly believe a high value man just exists based on your definition, then I think high value men should be obese and 700 pounds. And I think they should be broke and live in their mom's house. That's my definition. And I'll give you the 8 tips on how to do it. You can have your own tips, but at that point, it has no meaning for nobody, dumbass nigga.
Okay, now let's stop. Think about this very carefully. Do they not then criticize women for doing the exact same thing? When women come in these podcasts and they sit there and they try to explain how they value themselves and how men have to accept them for what they are, is he not basically saying the exact same thing?
Facts, because they'll say men decide what they value from
women.
And if that is the case, then the women should really be deciding on average what they value in men. And so the men they seek the most is what's considered high value. I don't even like the term because doesn't make you a good human at all. It just means that you're most desired by women.
Yes.
But you can't even make these points because you suck at arguing and you're in a room full of people that argue a lot and for a living, and you're crumbling under the pressure. You made the red pill look like it shouldn't deserve to exist anymore.
Not even, that's the problem. He's doing such a bad job that he's making it as if like the whole ideology
is bad.
Shouldn't even exist, bro. It's not bad. If your argument is, it doesn't matter what I think, it's all based off of your own personal beliefs, and what's the purpose of anything that we're doing then? But again, that still doesn't make any sense, because like he said, forget the vasectomy part. In your tweet, you said one of the quickest ways to become high value man is to consistently lift. In terms of like getting
working
muscle,
out,
right? What if my perception of a high value man is to not have muscle? I can just be a fat slob, 700 pounds. That's my concept of a high value man. So again, it's still contradicting. There's clearly an ideal of what a high value man is to you because you outline things that would get you to that point.
And the reality of what's happening is we have found people on the internet, men and women alike, who have found a way to monetize the loneliness and the overall frustration that a lot of men have been feeling, because it fucking sucks to feel like you're not desired. It sucks to feel like you can't attract the type of woman that you want. And so a new section of the internet has spawned to help assist these people. And even if some people in that sphere had good intentions, there's grifters like this nigga who will sit there and tell you that you have to watch every piece of his content to understand his ideology.
You got my book there. You got my book there. You didn't read my book.
Did you read my PDF online? Did you read the ebook too? I got an ebook.
Take the time out to buy and read my book, and then we can get back to this conversation.
In all reality, you proved to us during the length of this call here, during this podcast, that the things that you believe, you don't even believe.
Bro, these men get in front of ill-informed and uneducated, non-prepared women, slam dunk on them, and now all of a sudden they make themselves feel good in a room full of other and niggas in the chat who also just want to make themselves feel good. But as soon as they get some form of pushback, how quickly things start to crumble apart because they haven't even thought about it. Like, there's no actual contextualization of their own content, their own ideology, to the point where you can't even answer a simple question like this. But the biggest reason why I even thought that the tweet was cringe, and why it sounds even cringier now, especially talking about the quickest way. Bro, there's no quick way, bro. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, there's no quick way.
You might get lucky, it might happen fast, but on average, you get good to get lucky.
Yes.
It's rare that you get lucky before you get good.
There's no quick way. You're gonna have to build and grow. There's gonna be mistakes made along the way. Try to manage those mistakes, but the mistakes will build you into a better person anyway. Forget men. This is a person in a general sense. You learn and you grow along the way in the path of life that will allow you to get to the point where you need to be, and all the mistakes you made along the way will allow you to sustain that level of excellence. So you're going to make the mistakes. You're going to make wrong decisions. You're going to have to grow, but that growth is a part of the process. It's a part of what makes you the high value man, woman, individual, person, whatever. So this this idea that I can get a quick way around it. The reason why Sneeko and them were so persistent on pushing back on the idea of getting a vasectomy is because of the discipline that comes along with you not fucking around and having kids at an early age is a discipline that you will need moving forward when it comes to raising those children. Yo, with that being said, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you want to know the quickest way to be a high value person, hit that subscribe button, dog. That's number one. Number two, notification bell. Number three, follow us on Twitter, bro. Those are the three steps.
Then get your vasectomy.
Exactly.
Hey,
see,
hey, you heard him.
You're learning now.
Yeah, that's
Stop all child creation.
Seeing Destiny and Sneeko unite was like seeing Goku and Frieza fight together in the Tournament of Power. It's stolen common, but still a good one. Damn, a great one. Like seeing Zoro and Sanji unite after just having an argument with each other. Barolo was an awful urine. He wasn't urine, more like Mr. Sane. Damn. Then why they team up Goku's Destiny? Sneeko's Frieza. I don't know if I want anybody to be Goku, honestly. What is a high value man? A man who is honorable, takes care of his responsibility, and helps to lift those around him. That's what it should be. That's what it is. I don't know about anyone else, but seeing these labels like high value man or alpha, beta, it's just cringe to me. Not to the red pill guys though. See Sneeko now is like watching Avatar when Zuko joined the team. Damn, all these anime comparisons. And he can teach firebending. Bro, I'm kidding. Like, subscribe, let me know you guys' idea of a high value man, I guess. Empire.